Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm so freaking excited about today. If you missed our last video, we talked about this gun right here. My dream gun. A milled, super rare, 1 of 252, 5.56 milled AK. Now if you did miss the video where we talk about how I came across this awesome gun, it's actually a really cool story, but if you did miss it, and you want to see the first shots in its bone stock configuration, the link to that video is in the description below. Before we get into the awesome mods that we've done to my dream gun, I want to talk about the best way for you to support the channel, and that is thirdpinthreads.com. We have awesome AK outline hats, a bunch of different t-shirts to choose from, all different kinds of shapes and colors. That's the best way to support us. We don't do Patreon. We don't have paid ads for razors, for your ball sacks. It's just how we do it around here, and I'm greatly appreciative to all of you that pick up one of those hats. It's awesome. Anyway, just to go over this thing briefly from last time, this is an Arsenal USA K101. This is a Bulgarian milled receiver with a Bulgarian 5.56 kit, all mashed up into one. It's a badass chrome line, cold hammer forged, Bulgarian barrel, 90-degree gas block, a 24mm front sight post. It's awesome. Now, if you saw the last video, you would see that this thing actually came with what we later found out to be a Red Star Arms trigger, tunable trigger. It was nice, it was cool. I've got that thing packed away in a bag. I don't want to lose it. It's actually a pretty rare trigger. But we've actually done a few upgrades since then. Also, in the first video, you're going to notice I said that the 74 style muzzle brake was pinned in place. That's just what they had to do. Data production on this thing is probably around the year 2000. So, of course, what you're seeing on the screen now is we gunsmithed that thing right off of there with a Dremel, and as you can see, it had like a big blob of weld, and there's actually a little dimple milled into the threads. All good. We've remedied that problem. In its place, we have a very cool JMac X37. This thing has the 24mm thread pitch to thread right on this thing. It's actually face mounted, so there's a crush washer in there that tightens up against the face of the bolt. As you can see there, it is not contacting the spring-loaded detent at all. We'll get to why I put that on there in a second, but we definitely wanted to pimp this thing out with some modern upgrades because it's virtually been untouched for like 21 years, okay? About 22 years now. So we have a huge, massive, concussive muzzle brake on here. This thing's probably going to shoot like a Cadillac today, but it's probably not going to be that nice to stand next to. So you can also buy with these muzzle brakes a blast shield. Thread right on. And it has a blast cone that still feels pretty good to shoot and keeps all that concussion out front. If you're gonna run a class or something, throw that sucker on there. This muzzle brake has a third very special attribute, and that is it will allow us to run a new JMac adapter on a Wolverine suppressor. Blam. So this is your typical dead air Wolverine, and you'll notice that it's just wide open in the rear. This is actually a JMac thread adapter, so you actually take the guts out of your Wolverine, your 14, your 24, 26mm thread adapter, whatever you have in there, and the spring and the cap that has the detent slots. This replaces all of that, makes the can slightly shorter, and that will allow you to attach this to this muzzle device. I know what you're thinking. Absolutely, you can buy 24, 26, 14mm threads, whatever thread pitch you want. You can buy them for the suppressors. It will drop right on this thing and it will catch that detent just fine. You're absolutely right. The problem is, I think we all know right now that it is extremely difficult finding thread adapters and end caps for Wolverines. It's been pretty hard for a while. Anyway, so if you have a Wolverine, what you can do is hook your gun up with one of these muzzle brakes, put one of these adapters in your can, and you can put your can on your gun. If you've been trying to find the right thread adapter, JMac's made this, so that definitely will help you out. All in one. Let's get those threads started. Booster, flash can, brake, suppressor mount. All in one. And it's kind of cool, kind of cleans up the look back here. You'll actually see on the screen now, I kind of compared lengths because I thought, oh, maybe it gets rid of a little bit of length when you actually mount it. It actually falls out about the same way. So if you were to compare this to a standard Wolverine with 24mm threads, falls out about the same distance. But anyway, that's just what it looks like on the gun. We got rid of the Red Star Arms fully adjustable trigger, which I had no idea what that was. A bunch of you commenters told us down below, did some research, and that's exactly what it was. They're not manufactured anymore, but it was like a fully milled trigger that had all these tunable bits. ALG's in there, got the hammer face slicked up, and it is absolute money. So, with all of these mods, this thing's gonna be an absolute dream to run. Sorry, it's active range right now, so tons of shooting in the background. The last thing that we did on this guy is take out the fixed piston, and we put in a K&S fully adjustable piston. You'll see that on your screen now. And that's gonna allow us to tune the gas down and get way less recoil, but the main thing is to run this suppressor on because this gun is extremely overgassed. Let's shoot this thing in all the different muzzle brake configurations. Let's tune on that piston, shoot it suppressed, and we even have another optic that we're gonna run on this thing a little bit today, so let's just get to shooting. Ooh, no recoil. Wow. That trigger is unfreaking believable, and that's with the booster on. That's full gas. Very nice. Very nice. All right. I want to try without the blast shield now. Let's go straight brake and start making some fireballs. Wow. No flash, which is weird. 5.56, no flash, but it has a full-length barrel. And we killed the steel. I gotta say, I kind of prefer the way it felt with the booster. It just had a really interesting slow push that was weird. All right. Let's put a can on and see how bad it is with the piston closed, and then we'll tune it. All right, we have our Wolverine on. Full gas, let's see what it feels like. Dude. I'm not sure I want to turn that down at all. That's crazy. Let's turn it down. That had, those casings flew like 10 feet. That's full gas. I think I found a glitch in the matrix. Not far. It's pretty wild. Whew. Man, bolt feels kind of sluggish with the can. Interesting. It makes me like not want to take any gas away, but we'll try it. Not that it needed it, but we just went 20 clicks open on the K&S piston. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's send it home. Needs a little bit more gas or it's not gonna keep up. That was the last round. That was beautiful, but it's not gonna keep up with a fast finger, so probably close it a few clicks. Tell you what, man, 5.56 milled AK, it's like going right up to the recoil button and turning it off. There's nothing, absolutely nothing.
That's baby soft, man. Super soft.
Try to speed up a little bit.
Okay. Still super soft. Not
The tiger in the cage, the carrier will keep up.
Yep.
Nice. Badass.
That's awesome. That is super soft shooting.
Oh my God. Cadillac. Listen for the double taps on that steel. Oh my God, the double tap. Dude, awesome. This thing shoots with such little amounts of recoil. We can get double taps on that steel before it starts to move too much. All right, let's take this very spicy suppressor off. Go back to running the booster, because I love the way the booster feels. And we'll close that K&S piston back up and start running and gunning with this thing. take like 3 shots, couple of bursts, and then we'll go full turbo. Woo! Damn. Ooh. Oh, man, it's super fun on the irons because it just doesn't move. Wow. This is like a premium freaking experience right now. Just the way this whole gun has come together. Let's see if we can double tap on steel. I'm telling you, the recoil is so good. You can double tap and shoot that steel before it moves out of the way. Oh, damn. Wow. 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 Golly, man. Blown away. I cannot believe how good it shoots. Absolutely blown away with how good this thing shoots. I just wish I could let each and every one of you shoot it just so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, the closest thing that you're going to get to this experience is a SAM 5. You know, there's no denying that. Do I think you're going to get much of a different experience? No, I think you're going to get really honestly the exact same experience shooting a SAM 5 compared to this. Those also have cold hammer forged chrome line barrels. You're going to have 14x1 threads, which is fine. You can still run a Wolverine on that. You can still find a ton of different muzzle brakes. You can still put a K&S piston in those. They take ALG triggers. And you know, a good thing about the SAM 5s is they already have optic rails. You don't have to add one like I did. And they take all the same furniture. So, you know, take that for what it is. Unfortunately, they're like $1,800. You know, I could have bought like 2.5 of these for what they're charging for the SAM 5s, unfortunately. But, you know, they're available. Anyway, guys, this is not the last time you are going to see this Arsenal K101. It is currently my absolute favorite gun. We definitely are going to have the AK-74 on the channel more. You guys keep asking about it. I want to shoot this at a match, and I would love to put that GLX back on, get some groups out at 100, you know, some really good groups, and share that with you. Thanks for watching. Go by thirdpinthreads.com. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. We're all over the place. And as always, we'll see you next time.